Let's talk about how to organize your pantry without spending $1, and let's also do it sustainably. I'm not going to talk about exactly how to organize because there's tons of really great videos about organization strategies. This is going to focus more on how you can organize without spending money and using what you already have. We are going to talk about 5 different categories of organization. I turned my old peanut butter container into a container that can store my granola. My granola comes in bulk and doesn't have a beautiful container like these chia seeds already do. So I actually purposely look for containers in the store that I like the size of. I will buy pasta jars, I will buy peanut butter, I will buy snack containers. I will buy anything that I think is a good container size. This was originally peanut butter pretzels in here. This was originally instant coffee. I bought this sauce because of the jar. I was very intentional when I went into the store and I bought items that I already needed that were on my grocery list, but I just picked a container that I know that I could reuse. Besides the store, where else can we get containers? Well, I got this one from my mom. I was looking in her cabinet. She said, oh, I'm not really using it. And so I took it and now I use it for oatmeal, which looks like I need to buy some more. This is a basket that was originally in my bathroom, but it was actually just kind of like in the way and clogging up space. So I'm gonna repurpose it for my pantry. These are 2 large Tupperware that could fit a wonderful amount of snacks inside or other small little things. If you don't have anything similar to this at all, your next steps would be go to your grocery store and look for containers that you can repurpose. Or go to your local thrift store and see if you can find Tupperware that is a large size, or even baskets like this. There's tons of baskets like this that are see-through and open on top that you can use for storage in your pantry as well. Try not to buy new plastic because it's just so wasteful. There's so much old plastic sitting in thrift stores and there's so much that goes to the dump. So just please just try to repurpose what you have. And if you don't have something, go ahead and go to a thrift store first before you go to the container store. Next category is labeling. So I'm not super into labeling, but I'm just gonna show you how you can label without going and buying new stuff. So the first easiest way is just to get some tape and then get a marker and take this piece of tape, put it onto your jar and then just write onto the jar what it is. Or you can write directly on to the can. But the thing about writing directly onto it is that you can't erase it. But if you use tape, then you can just pull the tape off. You can also tape your shelves. You can just tape it on, the little outside of the shelf, and that can be oh, it's snacks right there. So I really love this next step, number 3, don't lose stuff. So how do we do that in our pantries? Usually the stuff that's getting lost is the stuff far in the back of the shelf. It's getting pushed up against a wall. It's getting smushed under something. You just can't see it. That's the key. You can't see it, and so you lose it. And this is the key for everything in life, even your closet. If you can't see it, you won't wear it. If you can't see the things in your house that you want to use, you will not use them. It really is that simple. So how do we fix that problem? I use boxes like this and I set them up in the back of my pantry, put cans and jars on top of it. And if you want to set up a multi-tier system, you can put boxes like this on top of it. And this way you can see stuff up here and then you can see stuff down here. You have the front stuff in the front. Everything is seeable and you don't lose your stuff because nothing is getting pushed up against this back wall because the boxes are against your back wall. If you're oh no, I threw away all my boxes, I don't keep my boxes. This can be a goal for you moving forward, that with each next purchase that you can have a little place in your house for the boxes that you are keeping that you think could be a good shape for your pantry or even other organization places in your house. If you really just have no boxes, you keep forgetting, you throw them away, whatever, just look for old books that you don't read and aren't gonna read again. You can really just use any hard object that will sit, that's heavy enough for a can to sit on top of, and just set that up in your pantry. Really just get creative if you don't have boxes, or if you don't want to use boxes, just use what you have. That's the key. Use what you have. Guys, this next step just gets me going that people do this. Like, people are out here buying containers for their goldfish and their crackers and their pasta and their cereal. I'm just want to let y'all in on a little like secret. Just listen up, it's gonna blow your mind real quick. Did you know that cereal and things like pasta, all of them come in their own container? Crazy, I know, right? So that brings us to the fourth step, practicality. Are you really gonna go to the store and replenish all your snacks at the store and bring them home and then empty them out into a new container? If you have that kind of time on your hands and you're really that into organizing, like, okay, like you do you, like that's really fine, but that's not for me. Look, this is a container, really great shape, perfect for my noodles, and guess what? It's already labeled for me and everything. Isn't that perfect? That's amazing. So I'm gonna keep it in this container. I'm not gonna go pour it into a new jar and then label that jar that this is zucchini pasta. What? People do that? So step 4 really easily leads into step 5, because if you do choose to put your things in different containers that you got from the store, what do we do with all that extra stuff that didn't fit in that container? Now where does it go? For example, I have this nutritional yeast here, and then this is the extra nutritional yeast that did not fit in this jar. So this is cute, this is not cute, and this is much harder to organize. So what do I do with it? I put like the ugly stuff or the extra stuff behind bigger items like this so you can't see them. And then I remember that like, oh, all of my extra stuff hides behind my cereal boxes. Another way that you can do this too is just have a separate basket for extra stuff that you can just put all of that extra stuff into. And so when your nutritional yeast is getting down to the bottom, you can go pull out that basket and look, now I have more. And just real quick, I just want to say I'm not against putting things in different containers that they came in from the store, because things like fennel seeds and that nutritional yeast, and they're just like really hard to pour from a plastic bag that came in the store. Loose items like this when put on a flat surface are pretty difficult to organize, so putting them in a structure like this that's sturdier makes it easier to pour. It does make a lot of sense right there. Here are my final tips and thoughts about organization kind of summed up for you. This is also my final plea for you to please like this video, because it helps the YouTube algorithm even more than you would think, and then my video gets shown to more people, and that's really cool. So if you spend all this time reorganizing your pantry, but you didn't think about what is functional for your life and what you can keep up, then next week you're gonna look in your pantry and it's gonna be a wreck again. You're gonna bring in a whole new load of groceries and you need to put them away in a functional and organizational way. What works good for you in your life is what you can keep up. My pantry personally doesn't look cute. But it's totally functional and I know where everything goes. And when you look in my pantry, you can also easily figure out where things go too. It's easy for me to put away my food and my groceries on a weekly basis. In general, it kind of stays the same and doesn't get too chaotic because my organization works for me. I hope you find success that works wonderfully for you. And just as a reminder, success looks different for everyone in all aspects of life. If your goal is to put your pantry on Instagram at the end of it, it may not work out for you and it may not be functional for your life. Figure out what is successful for you and do that. And then I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.